Hi everybody, welcome to the Pagan Perspective. My name is Angel and I am your Thursday Subsweek host. I'm really sorry for the bad quality. I unfortunately am having to record with my phone because my cameras are not working. They're not. One's not charged and one just won't let me record anything. It shows like it's going to and then it stops a minute in and I can't figure out what's going on. I'm getting frustrated. So anyways, I'm just going to do it this way. The question comes from Onyx Moon Dragonfire. So I was wondering what you guys thought about dragons in the following aspects. Real completely mythological, dragon energy, magic, protection, and contacting and working with dragons. And I'm going to break it down to those three categories. First, I want to say that the first coven, I'm going to have to turn off, the only coven I've ever been in was very angel and dragon associations, and that's when I started to learn more about dragons in particular and working with them and such. So my first question would be, before you even ask these questions, is what is it that you currently believe about dragons? That would be what I would ask you first before going into these, just so you can have an idea. It's not necessarily that your thoughts are wrong, but just to have an idea of what it is that you believe in. Let me see if I can get some more light here. That's a little bit better. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. Okay. Alright, so completely mythological or real? Honestly, the truth is what you believe. I truly believe that, without a shadow of a doubt. If you believe something's real, it is real. I believe dragons exist in the in-between, and that some people are fortunate enough to either sense that or travel there, astral travel there, or... Sorry, I feel like my phone keeps moving. So, I believe they're real. Completely real. Maybe not in this... It is moving. What a weird thing. Let's hopefully that works. So I do believe they're real, and I do believe that they exist, but I believe they exist in an in-between plane, or... For instance, what people believe where fairies exist in the tween. But I also think that mythology does have some of its foundation on fact and theory, so it could be both, basically. Second thing, dragon energy, magic, and protection. I'm going to write what I wrote. They can protect you. However, only from those things that, those energies or people that are truly trying to harm you. Life throws obstacles in your way that may seem bad or negative, but these you must learn and go through to evolve in life lessons. They do not protect you from life lessons, just random things that happen. They do protect you from, specifically from people or energy, spirit, whatever, that are trying to harm your person. Ritual and spell work. You can do this with them, but remember that their magic is intense and if you haven't worked with them before, you should be very prepared before you do work with them. Study a lot about all the associations. Obviously, fire associations are a huge thing with dragons, and take into account your specific, oh, I'm so sorry, element that you relate to, that you resonate with. Because if it is fire that is your particular element, and you're going to be working with dragons, which is fire, in my personal opinion, you really need to have an element there that is a neutralizer. My element is earth. I'm a Taurus through and through, and so fire for me is not a scary thing, but it's still a very intense thing. So I would be very prepared. Do your research, learn about dragons, learn everything from... This only happens when I turn on the camera. Like, I yawn when I turn on the camera. When it's off, it doesn't happen. Well, it does, but, you know. Anyways, I digress. My first time working with dragons, I did a ritual, a very fire... I was looking for a lot of change. I wanted a lot of things to happen at one time. I caught my altar on fire. So keep water present if you're going to do something like that. I'm so sorry. This is going to be one wonky video. But yeah, do your research on dragons. The colors, the directions, herbs, stones, all the correspondence with dragons and fire specifically. Dragons are very, very fire oriented. I mean, there are water dragons, earth dragons, air dragons, but for the most part, dragons are very fire, at least in my experience. I'm not saying that's, you know, in stone, but that's my opinion. Contacting and working with dragons is a little trickier. Everybody, well, not everybody, lots of people hate the word meditation, because when you're first learning to do it, it can be a very difficult thing to quiet down your mind, especially this day and age. We have a lot of technology, we have a lot going on, we have, I gotta do this, I gotta go to the store, I gotta pick up this, and you can get really lost in that. So meditating can be very difficult for people, and even for somebody like me who has been successful in meditating in the past. There are times in my life right now, meditating is virtually impossible. But meditating has been key to building a relationship with my dragon guardian. Because they exist in a different realm, meditating in dreams is how you communicate with them initially. You can feel their presence on this realm. You can feel their energies once you have that relationship built. Raising energy to draw in dragons and draw in a sort of like a welcome mat for them is, again, herbs, stones, chants, cards, whatever it is that you use to raise energy. In general, I would use those corresponding things, like herbs that are fire related, or if your dragon you feel is more water related, I would use herbs that are more water related. Working with dragons is a very intense experience, and one that should not be entered in haphazardly. Remember that no tween being must has to work with you. It is a relationship you must build like any other. Dragons want to work with us. Any of the tween beings, in my opinion, want to work with us, just like we want to work with them. But just like any relationship, it has to be one that is built. It has to be one that is cultivated. Trust has to be shown, and respect. So dragons, they do want to work with you, but you have to really educate yourself and be prepared. Create an environment and a space for that is welcoming for a dragon. My experience with working with dragons has been very life-changing, but it's also been very changing in my practice. It's a very intense experience, and this is just my opinion. Because it is so intense, and because it draws a lot of energy out of you as well, if you have any health issues, I would suggest that you not do this alone. That you have somebody help you with this. If you are new to the path, again, I would suggest that you have a lot of information that you have gone through, and that you really truly feel ready for this, because it's a very big undertaking. Very worth it though. And one of the things that I found that working with dragons has done is humbled me. So it can affect everybody in different ways, but essentially, yes, dragons, I believe, are real. I believe they're real because I believe they're real. And I believe they exist in a different realm, but they do exist. And I do believe that their energies and even their being can come to this realm and be with us, even though we may not see it. Sometimes we will, maybe in our peripheral. That they do protect us from deliberate harm. Their magic is intense, but it is a lot swifter. Some magic can take time to sort of work its way and weave its way into what our will is, what the universe will is. But dragon energy tends to work a lot quicker, much like fire. And the dragon energy is very intense, so just be very prepared for it. Meditating, preparing yourself in to go into a dream state where you're going to communicate with that realm and your dragon is a big way to initially do the meet and greet, if you will. And just be very respectful, and just remember that they don't have to work with you. There's no obligation. Don't act like, just because you do communicate with one, that's it. You're all set. Like I said, like every relationship that you have, it's one that is going to need to be worked at. So, anyways, I hope this helped. I'm a little flustered because of my camera issues, so if I left anything out or something's not clear, please leave a comment below. Feel free to just private message me, I'll be glad to answer any questions or clear anything up. And as always, thank you everyone for watching the video, and I love the comments. It's been mostly positive. I had one troll, and then I kind of felt like, oh, people are watching me. You have to have that one that makes you feel like, oh, okay. Anyways, thank you so much for watching The Pagan Perspective, and hope everybody has a great rest of the week and an awesome weekend. And until next time, blessed be. Bye.